Hi, Internet Land. My name is Colin Earl. I'm an attorney with Earl & Earl PLLC here in Colorado, and I want to take a few minutes to talk to you about what you should do if you are in an accident. Now, up here on the board, I've got 5 things that we're going to go over, so stay with me. So, the very first thing you should do if you're in an accident is call the police. Now, the police, depending on where you are, the nature of the injuries, if there are injuries, or the nature on what happened, drunk driver, things like that, the police may or may not show up. Having the police show up when they are available and will show up is important because they can help with every aspect of the claim that may be coming. For example, a liability determination. A liability is just a fancy way to discuss who's responsible, right? A liability determination is often done at the scene of an accident. So if somebody runs a red light, and they hit the other person, that will often get placed in a police report. So it's important to call the police when you can. They won't always show up, but it's important when they can, to call them when you can. The other thing that they can help with is the injuries aspect. They can get emergency services there if it's at all needed. Hopefully it's not. The next portion of it is to take pictures of the scene. And this mostly includes the vehicles. Very important to have pictures of the vehicles, right? These claims often lead to litigation. Litigation is a fancy word for getting the courts involved. They often lead to litigation, and a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? Describing what happened in the accident is important. Understanding the testimony surrounding the claim is important. But if you can throw up a picture and actually show the damage involved, again, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So make sure you get pictures of your vehicle, the other vehicle, and any obstacles and or item around there that might have contributed to the accident. If there's a stop sign that was ran, get a picture of the cross street. If there's a red light that was ran, get a picture of that intersection, right? Anything that you reasonably think may lead to help with a determination, especially if people aren't admitting any sort of fault. Smartphones are great. There's no reason not to take pictures of it. Digital camera is the same thing. Take pictures, take more pictures than you expect you would need of the individuals, of the insurance information, we'll go over that here in a second, and everything surrounding the actual scene of the accident. These claims can take a long period of time depending on the nature of the accident and the nature of the injuries involved, and so having those pictures at the scene are very, very helpful for later determinations. 3, collect insurance. I'm going to do this in another video, but let me start by saying that this is an insurance world. Most people are either judgment proof, meaning even if you were to get a judgment against them, they have a piece of paper that says that you're owed something from a court. Most people you can't collect from them. So this is an insurance world. Having the insurance of the other party and your own and the health insurance is going to be very, very important to the viability of the claim. That means being able to collect medical expenses, etc. So collect all insurance information, collect names of drivers, and collect witnesses, especially if there's a question on this issue, on this liability issue, who was responsible, right? Having people's names and phone numbers in their statement can be very important and can keep things a lot simpler instead of a simple he said, she said. 4, contact those insurance companies. Make sure you put your insurance company on notice, make sure you put the other party's insurance company on notice, and make sure you put any health insurance. I like to call these resources. Resource management in these particular claims are very, very important. There's a common misnomer, and I'll talk a little bit more about this in my myths video, but there's a common misnomer that anyone that causes an accident is just going to take responsibility for the full financial amount, and that is just simply not true. So make sure you contact the insurance companies early, know what's going on with the resources available, and then if you have questions, get a hold of an attorney. Finally, take pictures of visible injuries, bruising, cuts, broken bones. When I say a picture is worth 1,000 words, it really is. People who aren't there don't understand. They can remove themselves from the experience, right? But having a picture of a broken bone, or the bruising along your legs, or a laceration upon your face, it shows what individuals actually go through. So any visible injury should be taken at the time and should be continuously updated, again, based on the seriousness of the injuries. You do these 5 things, in your circumstance that's going to give you the best chance possible for the maximal recovery available. And I'm not talking a windfall, I'm talking the appropriate amount of money for the appropriate experience. All right. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact Earl and Earl at the number below. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Have a nice day.